an expression that is, one second, yeah, we have derived an expression that is d square y by dt square is equal to v square d square y by dx square. That is, we also compare that equation with v is equal to root of k by rho. So this is the expression that is we have derived it in the last class. Okay, so now we have to do the next heading is calculations of velocity of air velocity of sound in air, velocity of sound in air we have to calculate. First we'll do with Newton's method, that is we'll do with Newton's formula, and then we see that what is the Laplace correction and why that Laplace correction is needed. Okay, so first Newton, what he did is okay, okay, so now you're able to see that. Okay, Newton assumed that phenomenon of propagation of sound propagation is isothermal process. What do you mean by isothermal process? A process in which temperature is constant. A thermodynamic process in which the temperature is constant is called as isothermal process. So Newton assumed that phenomenon of sound propagation in air is an isothermal process. So we know that sound propagation occurs by the compression and rarefaction. So Newton assumed that, or he argued that, amount of heat generated in the region of compression is dissipated to the region of rarefaction and therefore temperature of the medium remains constant. So what does the Newton assumed is amount of heat. See, we know that sound propagation occurs by compression. This is the compression. Let me just assume that this is the compression region. This is the rarefaction region. This is compression and rarefaction. This is compression and rarefaction. So amount of heat generated during this compression is dissipated into rarefaction region, so that whatever the temperature, when we consider this system and this system, the temperature remains constant. Newton argued that. So therefore he assumed that temperature remains constant. We know that gas law equation PV is equal to RT. So temperature, R is gas constant, T is temperature. So since temperature remains constant, PV is equal to constant. So PV is equal to constant if you just assume that. or let me just write it, instead of writing k, let me just write it constant. So p, and if we just differentiate this, we get, this is p and v are both are variable, so p dv plus v dp is equal to, this is by differentiating by parts, so differentiation of a constant is 0. So p is equal to, or we can just write p dv is equal to minus v dp. P is equal to, let me just write it, minus dp divided by dv divided by v. So this denominator, numerator, I have just sent it to the denominator. So that is, we got it, p is equal to, therefore we got it, p is equal to minus dp divided by dv by v. So that is equal to, I can just write it, change, dp is nothing but change in pressure, to dv by v. So change in volume to the original volume is nothing but volume strain. So p is equal to volume strain. So this is, now I can just write it, p is equal to k. Change in volume to the volume strain, change in pressure to the volume strain is nothing but k. So p is equal to k. Now we have derived in the last class that v is equal to root of k by rho. Now if we just substitute k is equal to p, we get it, v is equal to root of p by rho. So now if we just write the values of p, the value of p is equal, p and rho, if we just substitute it, we should get a velocity of sound in air. So the value of p is equal to, if we just substitute that, we get it, one second, yeah, value of p is equal to, yeah, p is equal to 1.103 into 10 to the power of 5. So the pressure is Newton per meter square, and rho is equal to 1.293 kg per meter cube. So this is the value of, okay, so this is the value. So if you just substitute this, so v is equal to now 1.103 into 10 to the power of 5 divided by 1.293. So what is the value you are going to get? Please calculate this. So 1.103 into 10 to the power of 5. So now I can just write this as something like this, 0.1103 into 10 to the power of 4, no, 10 to the power of 6 divided by 1.293. So which is, when it 10 to the power of 6, when it comes outside, it will be 10 to the power of 3 into, this is 0.1103 divided by 1.293 will yields to root, so still root of 0.085. This 10 to the power of, okay, still let me just write it 10 to the power of 6 itself. So that is into e to the power of 6. So this, when it comes to be root of 85,305.49 value. So root of 85,305, when you just calculate that, you will get approximately 292.071. So you will get it 292 approximately. You should get that value. Approximately it is, you are getting that 282, you will get it actually. So 292 still okay. So which is, but we know that velocity of sound in air, that this is meter per second. So in air, practically we know that it is 332 meter per second, but Newton arrived the value around 280 to 290 meter per second, which is, see, there is almost a 332 and 280, which is almost 52 meter per second difference. So Newton's formula is partially correct, it is not correct completely. So what Newton assumed definitely must be wrong. So what Newton assumed is, Newton assumed air sound propagation in air, sound propagation in air is, he has assumed that, Newton assumed that it is an isothermal process. So this is not an isothermal. If it is an isothermal process, if what Newton assumed is correct, if it is an isothermal process, you should arrive at a value 332 meter per second. But we are not getting that value. Our value is 280 to 290. So what Newton assumed is not correct. We cannot say that it is wrong. It is not fully correct. So for that reason we have got, so ನನಗೆ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿಕಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಸೌಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೊಪಗೇಷನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ ದಟ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಡ್ಯಾಮ್ ಶೋರ್ ದಟ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್ 332 meter per second, but theoretically we are getting 280 to 290 meter per second. This is not matching. So we need one more theory which can well explain this. So that correction was given by Laplace formula, or we can say that it is Laplace correction for the velocity of sound in air. For the velocity of sound in air. So what does the Laplace assumed that in comparison to Newton's? So Newton assumed that sound propagation is an isothermal process, which means to say that, so isothermal process is nothing but there is, the temperature remains constant. But Laplace assumed that sound propagation is not isothermal process, but it is an adiabatic process. So Laplace assumed that sound propagation is not isothermal process, but it is an adiabatic process. So what do you mean by adiabatic process? So adiabatic process, any process in which, adiabatic process is in which there is no heat and mass transfer will occur. So Laplace assumed that propagation of sound through air is not an isothermal process, but it is an adiabatic process. So he made there are three assumptions he made. He made three important assumptions. The first one is, first assumption, compression and rarefaction takes place very rapidly. The second assumption is that distances between compression and distances between compressions and rarefactions regions are very large. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ವೆರಿ ಲಾರ್ಜ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇತ್ತು ಅಂತಂದರೆ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸು, ರೇರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿರುತ್ತೆ. So this is compression and this is rarefaction. Newton assumed that this is a compression ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ immediate ಆಗಿ rarefaction they are in contact ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿತ್ತು. But here if this is a compression, this is a rarefaction. So the distance between these two is very large. That was assumed by whom? That is assumed by Laplace. And so he also assumed that and which is actually true also. The third assumption is that poor conductivity of air prevents the heat flow from region of compression and to region of rarefaction. So it is an adiabatic process ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸಿ ಈಗ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನ್ಯೂಟನ್ ಅಸ್ಯೂಮ್ಡ್ ದಟ್ so it is an isothermal process. So for that to support that, what he made is compression and rarefaction are one another in contact with each other anta Newton ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ ಅವನ assumption ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಾಗ the answer is wrong, so this is wrong ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. So Laplace came and he said, so it is ಇಲ್ಲ ಅದು isothermal process ಅಲ್ಲ, ಇದು adiabatic process ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಸೊ ಅಡಿಯಾಬ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಗೆ ಅಡಿಯಾಬ್ಯಾಟಿಕ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಗೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಅವನು ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ದ ನೋಡಿ, ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ರೇರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಸೌಂಡ್ ವೇವ್ಸು ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕಾದಾಗ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ರೇರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ಗೆ ಟೈಮೇ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ವೆರಿ ರ್ಯಾಪಿಡ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಒಂದು ರೀಸನ್ನು. ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ಕಂಪ್ರೆಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ರೇರಿಫ್ರಾಕ್ಷನ್ ರೀಜನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಹೀಟ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಮಾಸ್ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಫರ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ದೂರ ಇದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಈಗ ನಾವು there is no heat transfer. This is just like a corona now rapid days. Nowadays ನಾವು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕೋವಿಡ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಹಾಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡ there is no heat and mass transfer. Here also distance between the compression and rarefaction regions are very large. The third reason is that air is not a good conductor of heat. So poor conductivity of air prevents heat flow from region of compression to region of rarefaction. For these three reasons we should say that the sound propagation is not an isothermal process, but it is an adiabatic process. So we know that, so in second PUC ನೀವು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಇದನ್ನ. So adiabatic process relation is given by PV to the power of gamma is constant for an adiabatic process. This you have studied in your earlier class. So PV to the power of gamma is equal to constant. So now if I just differentiate this, we get that, so x to the power of n is equal to, we know that nx to the power of n minus 1. So p is a constant, p is variable and v to the power of gamma is variable, so we have to differentiate with respect to differentiation by parts. If we just do that, p constant, gamma v to the power of gamma minus 1, because x to the power of n is nothing but nx to the power of n minus 1 into dv plus v. So now we can just write v to the power of gamma dp is equal to 0. So now if I just do that, now p gamma dv plus v dp is equal to 0. Okay, so or I can just write it, okay, so or I can just write it as p gamma is equal to p gamma dv is equal to minus v dp. So or p gamma is equal to minus v dp divided by dv. One second. Now p gamma is equal to minus v dp divided by dv. So now if we just that is equal to now I can just write it, further simplifying this, p gamma is equal to minus dp divided by dv divided by v. So minus dp divided by dv by v is equal to, again it is a k, value k, we have derived that. What is that? K is equal to change in pressure to the volume strain, which is equal to again k, we have just assumed that constant. So now I can just write it. Further, I can just write it. V is equal to so now we have K is equal to P gamma we have. So now we know that the expression V is equal to root of K by rho. So just if I just assume that V is equal to root of what is that, P gamma divided by rho. So V is equal to, now V is equal to, so further if I just consider that, one second. So yeah, further if I just substitute that values, we get, so V is equal to root of this gamma is equal to, we know the value of gamma, that is Cp by Cv for air, is equal to 1.41. If I just substitute that 1.41 in terms of centimeter, I will take it 1.41, and gamma is equal to 76 into 13.6 into the value of dyne is 980 divided by rho value in terms of CGS unit. So there I have did SI unit. Now here I'll to have both of them. So rho in terms of CGS unit 0.00129, 0.00129. So now if I just substitute this value, V is equal to, we get 331.6 meter per second. So what? So now Newton got the value of 282, 290 value, but Laplace got 331.6 meter per second. So experimentally it is 333 meter per second. More or less both of them are equal. So now I can say that, which is this value, which is in good agreement with experimental value, which is in good agreement with experimental value. Okay.